Welcome back, everybody. This is SkyGuy264, and we are starting off another episode of my Let's Play series for Castle Clash. So now I'm going to go through this dungeon, but I wanted to touch upon just kind of how I go about creating these videos. And this is important because, sometimes I'll do stupid stuff like forget to record when I'm playing. And here you can see the heroes might be a little higher than they were before, and I've got a couple more gems, and maybe my mites jumped up a little bit. It's because I was an idiot and I forgot to record. And it's kind of dangerous how easy it is for me to do that, because my tendency, I'm usually playing on my main account, and then I'm like, oh yeah, let's go switch over and work on the Let's Play account. Well, I'm human. I forget to start the recorder. So, I mean, we didn't miss much. This is early gameplay, but I probably ran through a couple of raids, and, I might have jumped out, did a single raid, came back, forgot to record it. Then by the time I came back, 20 minutes later, our building was ready, and I could build again. So, this kind of stuff is bound to happen. I'm going to do my very, very, very best to not do it anymore. To make sure that I get whatever it is that I'm doing on camera. I mean, that's the whole point, so that you guys can see what I'm doing and kind of what my strategy is for, various things. So that you can either mimic it or, probably more than likely do it better than how I'm doing it. Because it is kind of rough sometimes to do things right the first time around, or even the second time around, as the case may be. So, now that I haven't really been paying attention to what I'm doing, I am watching a recording of somebody else attacking me. I just kind of want to get an idea of how my lack of defense is holding up against other people with similar might. And you can see those pyromancers. I think that's what they're called, right? Pyromancers? Just doing whatever the hell they want. I've got nothing over there. Everything's dead at that point. The army camp got wiped out. You didn't get a ton of resources, but you got a little bit and was able to kill a good number of my stuff. I'm not happy about that. I'm a very competitive person. You see, we got our town hall upgrades, so now I have another army camp available to me. Yes! Some people will argue that you don't need any army camps, and you can focus purely on heroes. But the way I see it is we need every resource available to us to be able to continue attacking. So that includes both our heroes and our army camps. Here I'm building another little hero altar. I want to be able to continue with whatever it is that I have at these lower levels to keep getting experience, right? I mean, I don't want to stop the leveling process because everything is wiped out. Even if we have shorter wait times because, it doesn't take so long for these lower level heroes or troops to regenerate. So I want to maintain, what's the word that I'm looking for? I want to continue attacking non-stop, if I can, both doing dungeons and raids. And just keep pushing forward. I'm up to, 818 might here? Still pretty low. Got myself another mana vault, another more gold storage, which means I can store more, which means I can get better upgrades as they come along. Yes, that's exactly what we're looking for. And is it weird that, these minute-long waits are the worst? If you have, say, a 30-minute wait before a building finishes, you're like, okay, no big deal. I can go do something else, come back. For some reason, for me anyway, the minute and, the 5-minute ones, they seem to take forever, because I don't really want to go and, say, do a dungeon or a raid, because I know, that building will be ready while I'm in the middle of it. It doesn't really make sense, but internally, in my head, I'm like, no, I need to upgrade that as soon as it's ready. So, my tendency is typically to just sit there and wait for that minute, kind of twiddle my thumbs, do until it's ready, and then I can upgrade it. But, I kind of internally debated whether or not I should do this. this dungeon or not. And finally, I think, yeah, logic won out. I'm like, yeah, I'll just go ahead and do it. So, I know, kind of stupid. I just figured I'd kind of vocalize what I was thinking at the time. Because it's kind of silly. And, I mean, you guys don't know me, but I have a lot of energy and am, you know, I have a tendency to be kind of ADHD, you know. I want to always be doing something. But for some reason, as far as these upgrades are concerned, my tendency is just to sit there. So, it's just a little weird little tick I have. Now, I want to also explain kind of, I don't know, how I come up with topics to talk about. And really, I don't come up with topics to talk about. And maybe that's reflected in the videos that I'm making right now. You know, I'm still early on. I'm trying a couple different ideas to see what works best. Well, for instance, my might explanation video. You know, the one that I actually ended up putting out there. While it has, you know, maybe a few inaccuracies here and there, that was kind of spur of the moment, in that I didn't plan too much about what I wanted to say. You know, I went into that video knowing I wanted to do a video about might. You know, it just kind of flowed naturally into that conversation. But I didn't have any, like, pre-planned points of things that I wanted to hit. Now, I say that because the end recording was just me kind of flowing along as a conversation. I think it's more interesting to hear it being presented that way rather than me, you know, reading off a list. With that said, I did try to read through it pretty much having, you know, fully accurate information in front of me and just going over exactly what a new player should know about might. And it really comes off terribly. Like, I don't know if other people are able to naturally, you know, read off of maybe a bullet point list and be able to come up with interesting stuff to talk about. Dude, it's hard. I don't know if any of you guys have tried it. I don't know how anybody could do it. It was terrible. I listened to myself and I just sat there cringing the whole time. So anyway, the reason I tell you this is because I might ramble on, well, kind of like I am now. And I might not always be accurate. I'll try my very best to give you exactly what you need to know and do it in a way that's going to help you the most. But if I do get things wrong, just let me know. I'll make a note of it. I'll let you guys know somehow so that I'm not spreading bad information around. And again, in the end, this is all for both you and I to learn. Me to learn how to, well, create videos and, I suppose, entertain people, which is not something I've ever had to do before. And on your side of things, hopefully you're learning better, you know, how to be a better player in this game and continue on. So, while I went through that big, loud explanation, you'll see that I went and I pulled Ice Demon out. And, oh, God, I really didn't want to do it. Like, I actually felt bad having to put an Ice Demon into my lineup. But I figured, for now, until I get a better hero, I might as well throw him into the lineup. I mean, my Executioner's already at level 20. You can see over there the Werewolf's at 19, so he's about maxed out. And I don't have a lot of honor saved up, so I can't just be randomly upgrading a bunch of different heroes. So I figured I'd sit here for a while, upgrade some other, some different guys up, while I wait for more gems to be able to do some free rolls. Speaking of the devil, look at that, more gems. I really don't know what lineup I want to go with. I'm still debating whether or not I want to spend gems on another account, like even just maybe 1,000 gems or whatever, maybe that $20 3,000 gem thing. I don't know if I want to go that route or not. It might be more entertaining, or it might be more informational to go through the dungeon route and grind my way up and get some heroes that way, and then kind of show you how, the pain of going through the leveling process or the grinding process of getting, each hero and just all the work going into it. So maybe that's a better route to take. I haven't decided yet. Maybe at some point it makes more sense to do some you know, buy some gems purely for some of those honor rewards. I don't know. We'll see. Again, if you guys have some thoughts on this, if you want to see one way versus another, please let me know. I would love to get some input on that. And more gems, yes. More gems. I forgot how exciting it is, you know, you do something and then you get this gems, you know, a bunch of gems as a reward. You're like, yes, I can almost roll for something, but not quite. You know, we're sitting there with 85 gems. It sucks. You're like, no, it's not that much more. Just give me a few more. And then, I don't know about you, but I find myself looking through that list and seeing, okay, what can I do next? You know, how can I earn a few more gems for maybe another roll? As you guys know, if you log in every day, you steal enough resources from other players, you do your 10 arena battles, that gives you, what, 40, 50 gems? I can't even believe I don't know at this point. You know, I'm so used to buying them that it's inconsequential to me, but, you know, you do these actions every day, you at least get, what, every 3 days, maybe? I'm guessing that it's 50 gems. I think it's 50 gems. But every 3 days or so, that means you get to do another free roll for another potential hero. Get your legendary heroes. And it'll happen a lot. You'll roll, you'll get nothing you wanted, you get a lot of like slime sacrifices, and you're like, no, no, not another slime. Well, you know, it's the game, dude. What just happened there? I don't even know. Okay, so we're doing more raids. Let me actually focus on the gameplay instead of just ranting on. But you might want to get used to me ranting, because it's bound to happen now and then. Well, my werewolves died. I don't see that they... Oh, well, rather, I see that they have hardly any defense. Just that one hero. So, yeah, drop it in, get some experience off of it. Shaman's up at level 6, pretty much useless, but it's another hero to use. He provides a little bit of damage. I'm not really caring about arena at this point. You know, I dropped into a single arena match just so that I can start accruing honor badges. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't know if when you first start, do you automatically get started out at 50 honor badges, or do you actually have to do an arena match to start getting that? I honestly don't know. I think I'm assuming that you have to do a single batch, but I could be wrong. So yeah, I just want to let that run on kind of in the background, getting 50 or whatever it is, honor an hour, doing nothing. That's wonderful. You know, I have one alternate account that has like 60,000 honor on it, just because it's been sitting around for a couple months and I hardly ever play on it. But if I ever do, I got a lot of honor to work with. So we just smoked through a couple of their higher level heroes. What is this guy's name? I can never remember him. He reminds me of, I don't know, maybe some guy from World of Warcraft. I don't know if anybody ever played like Wrath of the Lich King, I think it was. There was some big raid that had like weird Uzi machines. And it kind of reminds me of that. Don't ask me why. I can't explain it either. So I just wanted to briefly go over kind of, you know, how I'm making these videos. Like I said, really I'm focusing on getting some feedback, seeing what you guys think, what you guys are looking for. Tell me, you know, if if you don't like my ramblings, let me know. I'm okay with that. Help me change and improve, and let's just have fun. So now seems like a good time to cut this video short. Well, like and subscribe if you like what you're seeing. Feel free to leave me feedback, and when I say that, please leave me feedback. Let me know how I'm doing, good or bad, and I hope all you come back and join me on my leveling process. This is SkyGuy 264, and until next time, take care, everybody.